Welcome back, everybody, to the Dog House podcast. It's been a minute. We did miss the previous weekend. Sorry about that. We've been traveling and stuff, so it is what it is. But this weekend, you guys will be filled in. By the time this will be posted, Who's Number One will be finished, I believe, because I believe Who's Number One is this Friday.
Yep.
So, and this will be posted Saturday. So, hopefully, by the time this is posted, congratulations, Nicky Ryan, for the win. The guy, I've been trying to fucking kill him in the room. He's hard to kill. Yeah, we have a lot to catch up on.
We got a lot.
We've got a lot.
I wish I would have wrote some stuff down.
Yeah.
Because so much stuff, I'm having a hard time remembering everything I wanted to talk about.
Because there's so much.
Just so much.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good and a bad thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But let's start off from, I guess, the very beginning. What was the first thing?
Well, I just want to say one thing real quick.
Yeah.
Do you know what episode this is?
No.
Oh,
16?
It's 18 or 19.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's 18 or 19.
Sick.
Anyway, I remember when we first started this, there's a guy in the comment that said you won't make it to 10.
Yeah.
It's 18, yeah. So there was another comment. I don't know if it was the same guy or not, but it said, I bet y'all won't make it to 20. Yep. So, like, I hope he just keeps saying that every fucking shit. So, like, 2,000 episodes later, we're like, 2,000.
We're only doing it just to prove them wrong.
We wanted to stop, like, about 3 months ago, but now we're like, fuck, we got to get to 20.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. Anyways.
Thank you guys for motivating us.
Yeah. Keep saying that. It'll keep us going.
Yes. I think the first thing that happened was I went to
Canada.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I'll talk a bit about that trip. I had 2 successful seminars when I went to Canada. I went to Calgary. I had one seminar in Calgary, and I had another seminar in Edmonton, something like that. 3 hours north of Calgary, I believe. So yeah, I did the first seminar Friday night. Drove up there. Seminar was like 6 to 8 or something like that. I trained a bunch, so it was like I got home super, super late. And I think I bought McDonald's for the first time in probably a decade. Had 2 McNuggets and immediately threw it away.
Really?
Yeah, I could not consume those things. It's just like sponge trash.
Yeah, the McNuggets aren't all that, but like,
I remember
when's the last
growing up,
time you had like a double quarter pounder with cheese? Years?
I don't think ever.
Ever.
Dog, I was a wee little lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had one in a long, long time either,
Yeah.
but I was curious because I feel like that would taste a little bit better than the nuggies.
I don't know. I mean, I remember growing up and I was like, fuck, these nuggets are the shit. But not anymore. It's like, some people eat that every day.
It's
crazy.
Like like clockwork. Right out of work, boom, McDonald's.
It's not good. Guys, don't do that.
Don't eat it.
Don't do that. I don't know what was in that. It literally, like, the texture wise, it felt like someone breaded a sponge.
Damn.
Like they took a sponge and just like cut it into a dinosaur nugget shape and then fried it.
Dinosaur nugget shape.
Breaded it, fried it. I could not consume it. So, so then I made that video of me at like 1 a.m. Mm-hmm. I went to like a 7-Eleven or some like shit gas station, got like a sandwich with like just deli meat, cheese, super basic. The bread was soggy.
Were you parked at the gas station or just at some random spot?
I started driving and then I looked over my shoulder. I looked at the sandwich. I was like, this is going to be sad. And I pulled over on the side of the highway and I was like, I have to record this.
Eat this thing.
And yeah, I didn't even want to touch it because the bread was like soggy and stuff.
Damn.
Whatever. It is what it is. We got the job done. 2 good seminars though. I had like 35, 40 people show up to each of them. So pretty good turnout. Good trip. And then also when I go do these seminars, whenever I travel, I want to experience something, right? So in Hawaii, obviously I was doing a bunch of different things, experiencing life over there. Specifically when I went to Canada, my brother had went to Banff before, which is a beautiful place by the Rocky Mountains. and he went during the summertime, and I went during winter over there. But it was warm over here, so I just assumed it would be warm over there. I didn't know. I'm slow.
I assumed it was summertime in Austin and Antarctica. I figured it'd be warm.
Yes. But that was not the case. What happened? Yeah, I drove all the way up to Banff. This whole trip I was sick. I was going through it. I leave, and Nikki Ryan gets me sick the day before I leave. That bastard gets me sick. I'm teaching while sick, stuffy nose.
Was your voice like it was while you were teaching?
Yeah, it was like the second day. It was rough.
Really?
And then after the second day or second seminar, completely gone after the seminar. Like, it was just gone.
Did you feel slightly embarrassed?
No, not embarrassed, because I was sick.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just like more frustrated because I couldn't I did a Shark Tank for like an hour with these people, but like I couldn't give them more, you know, like I wanted to give them more because everyone wants to train with me.
Do you go live that hard at your seminars?
Oh, I'm scrapping. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it gets to a point where it's like minute 40. I'm like, all right, just fucking.
I was going to say
survive.
at some point, if you start getting tired and if people start like beating you up, are you like, all right, I'm done?
Yeah. I got subbed twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was, it was funny because some guy, he actually trains at B Team all the time. But he was over there and he anacondaed me, given this was super late into the Shark Tank, but he hits me with an anaconda, and like literally 2 days before I was telling Nikki Ryan how anacondas don't work, which was just ironic, but he hits me with an anaconda, and then someone else went for like an arm bar, and I went for a reverse hitchhiker, and I was right next to the wall, and I was like, I could keep going, but I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I don't want to keep going, so I just tapped. So yeah, I got subbed at my own seminar. That's embarrassing, but it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, everyone wants to like Shark Tank. They don't want to Shark Tank you, but everyone wants to train with you because you know you're the fucking.
You're the man.
J-Rod.
You're the man there.
Everyone's there to learn from you and stuff. They all want to, you know.
Yeah.
Just experience training.
Nikki was talking about him getting subbed at Belgium or whatever he was.
Yes. So Nikki Ryan ended up getting submitted while he was also away at his own seminar. That's fucking great.
Yeah, I think those guys, like, they took extra pre-workout that morning, extra creatine, and extra jab of steroids. They took everything, knowing you're going to be there. It's like, I have to try 1,000 times, and one of them, I'm going to get them. You know what I mean? Like, that's their goal that day. And you're just coming there just to teach, you know, fucking make some money, and then some dude just after your ass, man. Just edged up, ready to go.
Edged up. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool though. I mean, I like to scrap. It's good. It's good training with other people as well. It does get kind of like chippy when there's like one that's like extra kind of spazzy. It's
like really going for it.
And you're tired. It's this isn't safe.
Yeah. Do you think in that situation, is there any sort of line where it's like, I want you to go balls to the wall and show no respect to me, or is there a line that's like, you should respect me, to like not go crazy? Like, where is there a line like that for you?
I think intensity is one thing. Like, you can be as intense as you want, but when it turns into more, when you're like extra like hard collar ties and stuff like that, then it's like, come on, dude, we're training here. I'm professional.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fuck me up. But yeah. I mean, it's more intensity. This is for me personally. I don't care how hard you train with me, but other people, you know, Nikki Ryan might cry about it later if you, if you go too quick. But yeah. I mean, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I was thinking of that video of like when you were rolling with what's his name? Frick. Was it Aoki?
Oh.
Who was that? But they're like, oh, you should know that dude's
Japanese guy.
The Japanese guy, legend. And it's like, oh, you should show him respect.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't just go out there and buggy choke him the first 20 seconds.
I mean,
it's like,
but like I said, Imanari,
yes.
Yeah, so I train with Imanari, but it's the same thing. It's like I'm not like smacking him, throwing him around or anything. But I'm training. We're doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
There's a submission there. Why would I not go for the submission? It's not like I'm cranking on it or fucking, breaking his bones, strangling him unconscious. It's just like, it's jiu-jitsu. What am I not supposed to
Am I
take
not
this?
supposed to do jiu-jitsu when we're rolling jiu-jitsu?
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get on my knees, fucking bow to him?
Yes.
Some people would. And I don't think he cared. Like, he didn't care.
Oh no, he didn't. It was other people that was blowing it up. It wasn't
for
him.
Sure.
He didn't care
For sure. But yeah, Banff, two seminars, and then Calgary, 2 seminars, and then I drove up to Banff, Rocky Mountains. I went to a lake that everyone says you have to go to this lake when you're there. So I go to it, and I get there, and I was immediately, I guess, just disappointed. Yeah. Maybe not disappointed, but underwhelmed. And I wanna talk more about this because everyone was talking about, oh, dude, it's beautiful there, especially in the summertime. I'm like, it's summertime. Why is it snow out?
Why is it snow?
But yeah, I mean, I was just like, not disappointed, but underwhelmed, and it pissed me off. And I got there and I was like, all right, well, that's it. I guess I'll just turn back around, drive another 2 hours, go back to my hotel. And then I walked around a bit. And I'm like, man, there's got to be something to this.
I'm missing something.
There's got to be something to this. So I sit down on a rock all alone, away from the people, because there's like decent amount of tourists in like an area. And I walk away from everyone else. That also kind of, like, I don't know. I like being somewhere where not other people are. Like, I just like being alone. Mm-hmm. I don't like touristy spots and shit like that. But regardless, I'm sitting on a rock, and I'm like, damn, there's got to be more. What was everyone talking about? And I started playing with the snow. I tell you about the snowball. Mm-hmm. The snowball that I created was very important for this trip and for my perspective. So I made a snowball. I packed it up, held it in my hand. I look around, and I'm like, I'm not moving my ass from this rock until this snowball melts entirely. And I learned 2 things. I learned that it was a beautiful place, and I learned that you can get frostbite really quickly. But yeah, I sat there the entire time until the snowball melted. I was squeezing the fuck out of it sometimes so it would like melt quicker and like, come on. But eventually I had to sit there for maybe 30 to 45 minutes. So, time goes by, the clouds kind of clear up, the sky clears up a bit. You can see the peaks of the mountains a bit more.
The trees part.
The trees.
It's like the end of the rainbow, leprechaun gold. And you're just like, wow.
You could see the trees, and the trees were like I feel everything was very black and white. But then after the clouds clear up, obviously the fucking sun comes up a little bit more. The trees had like a deep green, and I fucking loved it. And the higher up on the mountains they're like capped with snow. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I would not have known that if I just left immediately, right? So that snowball was very important to me. It was very important that I did that, and I'm happy that I did that. I forced myself to fucking, I guess, suffer a bit, or not suffer, just fucking sit through a little bit of cold.
You forced yourself to live by Rule 32.
Yes.
You're like, let's do it.
Yep.
That's what you did.
Yep. Sat there, took it all in. And then after the snowball melted, I was like, all right, I can go back now. And I won't be disappointed with this.
You know what's so interesting to me? Because obviously, Jay and I kind of had a conversation on what he just talked about over smoothies one day. We couldn't help but talk about it. But what still, like, not baffles me, but what still, like, I want to dig deeper into is, like, someone like you who practices so often appreciating the little things, try to be grateful, blah, blah, how much you practice that and still have glimpse of situations where you come across something like in Canada and you don't appreciate it at first.
Yeah.
Someone who is so good at doing that, imagine how many people who don't practice that, of the thousands of things they passed, they probably would enjoy or appreciate if they just maybe practiced it a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, man.
It's so important. I think it's so important that you do it. It just feels like you're experiencing more in life.
Yeah.
Like you're getting more from everything, right? Like I have the opportunity to, like, especially this year, I've talked about this a bunch on the podcast, how I want to travel, not travel, but I want to do seminars or compete every single month so I can make a certain amount of money. But in order to do so, I have to do these seminars. So while I do these seminars, I'm like, all right, I'm going to fucking enjoy this time, right? I'm going to go to places that I want to go to, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to Hawaii. I'm going to go to Banff. I'm going to go to Utah. Hit me up if you want to see me in Utah.
Hawaii?
Hawaii, yeah, I'll be in Hawaii again.
And if you don't want him in Utah, hit me up if you want me in Utah.
yeah. I don't know what the jiu-jitsu is like in Utah, but
Utah's sick place.
I want to go there.
Sick place.
I want to go there this year. Ideally, after ADCC, I'll probably go to Utah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I
want a busy fucking schedule.
I want us to go on a fucking trip.
Yes.
That does not involve jiu-jitsu or competing, though.
It's tough. Like, it's tough for me to do that because it's like I said, I mean, it's like, okay, I want to go to Utah. Why wouldn't I just take, I don't know, 4 hours out of my trip and just like teach a seminar and like have it, not even make money, have the trip covered? Because
it's the same thing as like you sitting and watching that lake. It's like, do I sit here and watch the lake, or I could be on my phone studying film? You know what I mean? It's like, but you decide to sit and soak it in. It's like, well, maybe there needs to be a trip where you just sit and soak it in the whole trip.
Just completely detach.
Just soak the whole trip in instead of like sprinkling a little bit of work, a little bit of distraction, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's like, have a trip where you can just go and be like, so what am I doing today? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, let's figure it out.
I think that's why I appreciate. We talked about this at Smoothies, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like I did a good job of this in Hawaii, where I had the whole trip, like all obligations, all work obligations done at the beginning part of the trip. So the last 2 days, I just did whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And that was great. Those last 2 days, like I was busy the whole trip. There wasn't much downtime. And then I'm there, I get done everything, and it's like, oh, I can go to the beach. I could drive wherever the fuck. I could do whatever.
Yep. Yeah,
chilling.
That's a good feeling once you feel like there's no obligations or time crunch you're running on.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I can kind of just do whatever today.
Yep.
That's good.
Even if like it could be 8 a.m, and if I have training at 7 p.m, I'll be thinking about it all day. Until that's why I like training at noon, because I kind of get it done early on in the day. Yep. You're good to go. You don't have. I don't know. I just don't have anything in the back of my mind.
1,000%. It's hard for me to do anything before practice.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just so focused on practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard not to think about it.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold it some, okay?
You have to put it all the way in.
Okay. Just breathe out if.
Mom, can you just do it?
I know I shouldn't curse in front of my mom, but cauliflower ear sucks. I use Caulibuds ear magnets. I really wish I would have had these magnets, but my ears were messed up. These keep my cauliflower ear at bay. They're the original and best quality cauliflower ear magnets on the market. Step 1, drain your ear. Step 2, pick your buds. Step 3, put them on your ear. Make the right decision. Invest in these Caulibuds so your ears don't look like chicken nuggets like mine. Check them out on Amazon or Caulibuds.com. Add ears. Train with your buds.
Juce Organic's powders are certified USDA organic, 100% vegan, non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, and soy-free.
We have a wide range of products that are here to support your health needs.
Our products are designed to boost energy, enhance endurance, and aid in muscle recovery. Packed with organic superfoods, Juice helps fuel your body with intense training and quick recovery.
Juice Sport Greens is an all-in-one greens supplement with 7 essential organic components, consisting of greens, antioxidants, protein, probiotics, mushrooms, and fiber to help promote a strong and healthy body. And don't forget to use code DAWG25 to get 25% off all of their products.
Check out Petwear Co. today for a personalized touch that your furry friend will love. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on this. Happy tails, everyone.
Use code DAWG20 for 20% off. My grandpa, I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast, but
I don't think so.
Grandpa's been in the hospital past few weeks. And like, I feel like you can just learn so much. You can learn so much from a dying man. You know what I mean? Because it's like when you're close to your death, there's no reason to lie anymore. There's no reason to pretend to be someone you're not. There's no reason to pretend like you care about this trophy when you really don't. Yeah. You really get to see what is actually important in someone's life. And whatever is important in their life, most likely is going to be important in your life when that day comes to you as well. Mm-hmm. So you see the things that he harps on or puts value toward his last week on earth, and you're like, okay, I need to be putting value toward that now.
Right now, yes.
Exactly. You know, so one of the things I was taking note of, unfortunately, I haven't been over there with him during this time, but my parents have been talking to my dad and mom and stuff. And like one of the biggest things he asks for whenever he's in the hospital or blah, 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 he's like, can I just go sit outside? Like, can I just go sit outside? And they're like, okay, yeah. So they either wheel him to the window to look outside, but then once he got sent back home, he was feeling a little bit better. He was supposed to die back in December, according to the doctor. So he's been hanging on for a while. But they put him outside, and he just sits on his chair and just like breathes and just listening to the birds and like looking at trees. And I'm sure he's done his whole life, but like in that moment, you can genuinely see like he's actually appreciating it now. And it's like, out of all things, before he's about to die, he didn't go, oh, let me play Call of Duty one more last time. Let me go enter one more tournament. Let me watch this movie one more time. It was, let me just go sit outside. Yeah. Like, why outside? Why the birds? Why the trees? And it's like, you can learn a lot from that. And another thing too is, like, you just tell people that he loved them, that he normally doesn't tell, and stuff like that. Yeah. And here recently, a lot of people's been at the house just watching him, so he'd get a little agitated just because there's a bunch of people in the house, and he'd be like, but every time everyone would go to leave, it would be, he would always say, well, when y'all coming back? You know what I mean? So it's like, you really get to see what's important at the end of life. And I think what happens is so many people get stuck in this just cycle of life of like, okay, born, work, die, that when someone dies, they don't sit there and try and take notes of what's actually happening. Yeah. They go through the whole process of, oh, I got to take care of him, I got to do this for him, and then he dies, and we go to funeral, blah, blah. It's like, whoa. There's some special shit happening right now. Yeah. Like, take note of what's happening. This dude's giving you the wisdom, like, of life, while he's about to pass. And it's always funny, if you pay attention close enough, every dying man and dying woman's last wishes and words are typically about always the same thing. It's about caring about the people they love in their life, the experiences they've had with those people. Yeah. It always has something to do with some sort of like memorable moment of joy of being with those people. Yeah. It was never before you die, you're like, oh, I'm so glad I won that medal, or I'm so glad I watched that movie, or it's none of that ever. It's always like, I'm going to miss this person, or I'm glad I got to meet that person. So if that's what they're saying now, then that's what you should be focusing on in your life, however old you are. Yeah,
not when you're fucking on your deathbed and fucking.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, now wait, now I love you. It's like, well, too late now.
Yep.
You know, you should have been saying that a long time ago. And I get on myself. I get on myself for that sometimes of like talking to my dad, talking to my mom. for some reason, it just hasn't been a thing for me. It's bad, but me saying like before I hang up the phone, I love you, and then it's always just been, oh, hey, I'll talk to you later. Oh, yeah. But sometimes there might not be a later.
Yeah.
So your last thing you shouldn't say shouldn't be talk to you later.
Yeah.
It should be, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
You know.
Fucking see you when I'm looking at you.
Yeah, exactly. See you when I'm looking at you. I like that one. So yeah, I get on myself about that too. Like, man, I say these things are important to me, but you can say this, but if you're not acting it, then you're not making a change. Yeah. So I got to start saying that stuff more and being more like that.
Yeah. I remember growing up, like my parents always raised us to say that whenever we're done a conversation or like, especially over the phone and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I remember growing up, I would be on the phone with my mom around friends, not friends, but like classmates and stuff. And then I'm like, all right, love you, Ma. Bye. Hang up. And they're like, you tell your parents you love them?
Really?
Like, what?
They act like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're like, why are you telling your mom you love her? Like, what are you talking about? It's my mom.
What are you talking about?
It's my mom.
Back up.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people were not raised to say those things. But I also think, why do you think you don't do that? Just because.
One, I feel less need to say it with my dad because it's just like, it's my dad, you know, we're guys, you know. But then to be completely honest, I think I just take situations for granted.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have to say it now because I can just say it next time.
Yeah.
I got to say it next time. I can say it next time. And then it's like, shit, now the only time I can say it to him will be the last time.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think I just take it for granted of like, I don't have to say it. I'm going to talk to him later, blah, blah, blah. He knows. Another big thought I have is like, well, he knows I love him. Yeah. Me telling him I love him doesn't make me feel I love him more or less. Like, he knows I love him. My mom knows I love him. But I still think you need to say it to people who you wish you could say it to. Yeah. Especially my grandpa, my other grandpa, my dad's grandpa. Like, I don't think I talk to him enough. Mm-hmm. I call him enough where I should, stuff like that. And I think a lot of people listening can, if you're being truthful about yourself and you're self-reflecting correctly and honestly, I think a lot of people kind of have that same problem. Yeah, that's one thing I kind of take from you, honestly, that I catch note of is Jay does a really good job of talking to his grandma and his parents. I mean, there's been several times I'm with you and your mom calls you. You call your grandma or call your grandma. So I take note of that. I'm like, I need to do that more for sure. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, family is really all you have. Yeah. Those are the first people you're going to call whenever you have any sort of issue. Yep. Like, hey, Mom, I need help with my taxes. Yeah, and they'll be there. Hey, Dad, what should I do with this? Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah, and they'll be there. Yep. Like you said, so. It's always sad. It's always sad. It takes death or some sort of trauma for people to reevaluate and maybe make some changes in their life. And it's like, it's kind of a good thing though, because like with my grandpa being in the hospital and stuff, it's been more of like me reflecting how I'm living more so than like trying to talk about what's happening with him. Yeah. It makes me stop and be like, hold on, am I doing everything correctly? Yes. Am I appreciating the things I should be appreciating? Yeah. Like, so I think it's a good job. It's a good way to make people self-reflect. For sure. Yeah, that's good. It's also like, I've had some family members pass and it's like, I guess given I was never really too close with some of these members, like my grandpa passed away and I never really got to speak to him because he only spoke Spanish. So, oh, really? Yeah. He spoke Spanish? Yeah. Never like got to speak to him. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of frustrating now that I think about it. It's like, maybe I should have fucking paid attention in school so I could like speak to my grandpa. Speak to your grandpa, before he passed away, stuff like that. Yeah. What else? It's I don't think I've told this story on the podcast. I don't know if I've told it to you. Mm-hmm. I'm fine talking about it now because it's been so long ago. But I want to say stuff like this because I know people listening are in certain situations in their life where it's like, listen, I'm telling you, like, you can learn from this stuff. I remember a long, long time ago, my freshman year going into college. Mm-hmm. One of my best buddies at the time, He's one of my good friends, but he was also like our lives end up he was my locker buddy in high school. Because my last name was Weiland, his last name was Wilson, and so we're side by side in locker. And he wrestled in the wrestling team with me. Didn't know the guy before high school. We became friends, and then my junior year, I found out that we share the same sister.
What?
Yeah. So I found out that like way back in my dad's past life, he had a daughter with this kid's mom.
Wow.
So they had a daughter.
Yeah.
And then fast forward 30 years, my dad is with me. He's my dad.
Yeah.
But then that old ex had a son.
Yeah.
Seth Wilson, who became buddies with me, and we found out we share his sister. And yeah.
How do you find that out?
My dad had never met Seth's Wilson's mom before, and the last name didn't ring a bell because she had gotten married, so her last name had changed.
Swish, yeah.
So, but then that one day, like my junior in high school at a wrestling tournament, he sees her and he's like, "Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like that's your mom?"
Yeah.
And so then he sits me down and he's like, "I got something to tell you." Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. But it gets sad and it gets even crazier. At the time, I had my ex in high school I was with.
Was also your sister.
It was also my sister. It gets crazy, guys. But something stupid happened at a party or a get together, and Seth was drunk or drinking and said something to my girlfriend at the time or something like that. That I took it in a way that I should not have, or I took it too far. Like, especially looking back now in hindsight, I was like, dude, none of that shit mattered. Like, anyways, so I didn't talk to him for like a week because of that, which is very, very not like me at all. Like, things can rub off my shoulder very easily. But he was being very obnoxious that day or something like that. Just being a guy and stuff. And one night he called me on my way to back to college, or a way to like, I went home for something and came back to college because only like a 3-hour drive from home. And I ignored it. It was like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night too. And I was just like, oh, motherfucker calling me. I'm not going to answer. Blah, blah, blah. I'm still mad. Calls like 5 times. And I ignore all 5 times.
Yeah.
Next day I get up. I'm inside of an athlete's orientation meeting for Virginia Tech. Get a text that Seth had died in a car crash that night.
Wow.
And I was like, obviously very upset, very shocked.
Yeah.
Kind of sat there for a few minutes, like not believing the text I received.
Yeah.
Walked out away from everyone and dealt with it emotionally.
Yeah.
But out of sight of everyone. I don't want to cause a scene. And ever since that day, I was like, that was my last chance to talk to him, and I ignored him because I was upset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was upset. And then I know I shouldn't do this, but I kind of was being selfish, I guess, or something. I don't know what I was being, but I was tried to like put it like it was my fault in a way.
Yeah.
Because apparently he had been drinking that night and drove home, got in a car crash. And I was like, well, maybe if I answered the phone, I could have talked him out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe he was asking me about that. Maybe he wanted my advice or something, and I ignored him because I was upset over something stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So ever since that happened, I always took that as a lesson of like, if you're ever upset at someone, especially someone you care about, you better get over it pretty fucking quick.
Yeah. For
Because
sure.
at the end of the day, it does not matter.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something stupid. So if you're mad at someone, and you're not wanting to talk to them or call them because you're mad at them, call him right now. You know what I mean? Because you never know what's going to happen. I never would have thought. Oh, like, dude, he was the last guy I would have thought. You know?
Yeah.
So it's good lesson. Yeah.
Lesson. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. Fuck. Sad to hear.
All that stemmed from Snowball.
Yeah. Snowball.
The snowball.
The snowball. It's very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess what else happened aside from Snowball? That was pretty much my whole Canada trip.
Well, we lost to a group of girls.
Fuck. All right, so we went out.
Yeah.
We went out for mini golf. First off, we went out for mini golf, and the place just so happens to have mini golf, laser tag, and a laser maze. It was a gnarly deal we could not refuse, so we obviously do all three. I have terrible hand-eye coordination, so I believe I took last with the mini golf.
Mini golf.
Which was a given. You know, I'm not very good at anything with a ball, to be honest. Yeah.
I won the mini golf.
Yes, Josh won the mini golf.
46 strokes.
And then after that we have laser tag. We should have took a photo.
I know. When you text me that, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
you're right. That'd have been so
great.
sick."
Yeah, but
Because we were drenched.
we were soaked. Actually, I was drenched. Yeah, it was. We did 2v2s, small map. It was just like the fucking old days, dog.
It was.
It was just that, like you said, that made me want to play 2v2s.
Yeah, it was just
shame.
us in the arena too. There was no like strangers part of the game.
Yep.
It was 2v2.
No one throwing rocks at you from above.
Exactly.
In Gulag.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Good time. We lost laser tag, but
we won the maze.
we did win the maze.
We won the maze.
So, like, on paper, we're one out of 3, right?
Oh,
We
on
won
paper,
one.
I'm 2 out of 3. Oh,
Okay, you.
So out of mini golf, the fucking
Laser tag.
laser tag in the maze, we lost just the laser tag.
Yes. So laser tag, but we didn't even really lose.
Oh, okay. So I added up something when I got home.
What'd you add up?
This is what I ready. Listen to this. So we won the first game for sure.
Of laser tag.
Yes, for sure. Because listen, our first scores in the first game,
Yep.
both of us were like a little bit over 9,000. If you notice, the second game, it was at like 20,000.
It was double. Yeah, yeah.
Double.
Yeah.
Why was it doubled? Because
'Cause
we shot more targets. We were shooting targets
yeah.
during the second time because we knew they were going to do it.
Yep.
And because they knew we were going to do it, they did it more.
Yeah.
They shot more of the targets, right?
Yep.
So if that was the case, that shows you how much points the targets add.
They weighed.
They
over.
weighed to your score.
Yes.
And we only lost by like 100 points.
Yeah.
So if by just shooting that targets a little bit extra added 10,000 points to both of our scores, then that first game when we only lost by 100, when they were shooting targets and we weren't, we definitely crushed them in the kills.
For sure.
So,
For sure. So the points so it was a 2v2 map, but then there's also like circles on the wall that you could shoot for extra points.
Gay.
Obviously, that's gay, so we don't do that, right?
we didn't do that.
We don't shoot the walls. We're shooting the people, right? We're fucking these tricks up. I'm getting collaterals.
Team wipe.
Every 10 seconds. Team wipe.
Dude, we're going
Team
call
wipe.
outs. I'm like, Jay, right corner. Come around the corner. You'd start to be sometimes you'd feed them both around
Yes,
the corner. I'd be like,
yes.
boom, boom.
Yep.
Team wipe.
Dude, we
crushing 'em.
That it was perfect. I remember there were some points where we're on opposite ends of the map and we're pushing. And I look over my left shoulder, and Josh is looking over his right shoulder, looking right back at me. And we're just hunched down or fucking ready to go. That was a good time. I'll go there every fucking weekend and play laser tag.
Yeah, so that first game, without a doubt, we won.
Absolutely.
Like for us to only lose by 100, and we only did kills, and they were doing kills and targets, bro. It was lopsided in the kills.
Yeah. And also, like, a lot of times, given it's fucking laser tag, I would get a kill. I'm like, oh, you're dead. I would turn around, start looking for the other one, and then the dead person turns around, and then they respawn after fucking 3 seconds.
The second game, too, I was noticing there's quite a few times where my gun would just deactivate.
Yeah.
Because how you're supposed to have 2 hands on it.
Yeah.
My hands were getting
sweating.
My hands were getting so sweaty it wasn't
Same.
registering.
Same,
So
yeah.
I'd be like, see him or something, and my gun would deactivate because
Yeah.
it's not registering my hand because it's so sweaty. I'd have to literally wipe my hand and put it back on the
Yeah.
gun, and like I was like, shit, this is getting realistic.
Yep.
It's like a gun jam. Oh shit, my gun jam.
Dude, speaking of gun jams, virtual reality.
Oh boy, he's been on my ass even more so recently.
Because I've been playing.
Let's get a Snapchat. You goddamn TV glued to your taped to your head.
I've been playing my Oculus. It's a good time. I'm gonna post a reel of me playing because I've recorded footage of me fucking zombies up.
Nice.
And then also,
Dude,
like,
we gotta
me
start
playing.
some sort of channel of like us playing
Bro.
video games.
I think what we have to do is do the vlogs for the doghouse. Like whenever we go out to do something, we should record. Like when we go to Hawaii, we got to make a vlog, like the doghouse.
Bro, our
vlog.
vlogs would be so sick.
It would be great. It'd be better than the B team.
Oh, for sure. If we vlogged that whole mini golf thing, dude, and made it into a video, it'd been
Dude.
sick.
Bro, imagine we have GoPros while we're playing fucking
Bro.
laser tag. You kidding me?
Why are you telling me this now?
I thought of it. It's just expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I have a GoPro. I'm sure I have a
Nicky
GoPro
Rod has
somewhere
a
in here.
GoPro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, we gotta do
Yeah.
that next time. That could be a good
I'm
vlog.
down.
GoPro and laser tag. That'd be sick. Yeah, vlog in Hawaii. Yeah, we should jump on that. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, drop a comment down below, guys. Make sure to obviously like and subscribe, but make sure you let us know what you want to see from us. Obviously, we're doing the podcast weekly, but we are thinking of doing some vlogs. So if that interests you, drop a comment down below.
Yeah, we
let
talk so
us
much
know.
about it on our podcast. Like we did this, we did that. It was
Yes.
sick. Blah, 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 blah.
Surely you guys want to see it,
Yeah,
right?
you're going to see it at some
Right?
point. We gotta
Yeah.
let them see it.
Yep. What else has been going on? Laser tag.
Laser tag was the most recent thing we did.
Yeah. Did we do anything aside from that?
Did we do? I feel like we did. I just can't remember. I mean, we went out. Did we talk about our whole after the instructional? Are we finished filming our instructionals recently? Went out and ate oysters for
think
the first time. Did we talk about
I
that?
don't think we did.
I don't think we did either. But
There's a lot to go over.
we did that, yeah.
So we both finished up filming our DVDs. And mine is on judo, yours is on ducks. And Zach, the guy we film with from Fanatics, he's a friend of mine, and obviously he came to Texas, right? So we got to take him out to all the places. So the hot spots, straight to any DC burger. Right after that, we get some oysters, because every time I see him, we get oysters.
yep,
And then right after that, we get Gordo's Donuts.
that's a lot of
It
food.
was
It
amazing.
was a perfect day, dude. The sun was out.
Sun
it was
was
a
out.
beautiful. Got the music going.
We got filming, all work was all done
It
for
was
the
all
day.
done. It was a good day,
We
dude.
played chess that morning.
Did we? Oh, we did. Yeah, I
Yep.
came here. We played chess, bro. That was a good day.
It was a good day.
That was a good day.
Busy day. And how was your first experience eating oysters?
Oh, that's right. It was my first time eating oysters.
Yeah.
I was pretty much, if you've never had oysters before, picture this picture in your head right now. Picture going to your closest beach, running down the sand, and just going into the ocean. That's what it tastes like.
It is
Very
it is
salty.
I like
Very salty.
I like the salty ones. I like small ones that are creamy, like buttery and salty. That's what I like.
Well, the cocktail sauce and the little horseradish with it, like that made it perfect.
Yes, good stuff.
That made it perfect.
Fucking expensive. We had through the three of us, we probably had like 2 or 3 dozen.
It was a lot.
Oh, we had 3 dozen actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember specifically.
Actually, no, we had 4 dozen. We had 4 dozen as a group.
Okay. Yeah. It
4
was
dozen
a
as a
lot.
group.
We
Yeah.
went through it.
Yeah.
But I remember specifically when we left that place, I turn and I take a left down this road, and I'm driving down it for a good 10 seconds. And Jay's like, "Is this a one-way?" And there's cars just driving all around us. I'm just like, "I think you're right." Let me turn
There's
around.
headlights flashing at us and shit.
I'm just fucking playing some music, dude. I'm having a good old time, dude.
So where's Gordo's?
Yeah, I was like, so we're going to go to now, huh?
Oh my god,
That was
dude.
funny.
That's hilarious. That's so dangerous.
You said it so just like calmly too. It's like you're like, is this a one way? And I was like, yeah, turn around.
Yeah, gladly there was no fucking accidents going on with that. But
That was funny. Oh my god.
yeah, Gordo's is a donut place, but they do like kind of extravagant donuts. They fry the donut right there, and they have like a bunch of different toppings. Mine had vanilla pudding, bananas, and graham crackers. Fucking amazing.
Mine was supposed to have a like 3-pound gummy snake on top
Wow.
of mine, but they didn't have anymore. So
What a shame.
What a shame.
Fucking shame.
5,000 grams of sugar in that thing for sure.
Yeah, that was a hefty day. I had 3 burgers, 3 NADC burgers.
Damn.
3 NADC burgers, over a dozen oysters, that donut.
God.
I was
happy.
happy.
I got home. I was like,
I can rest.
Yeah, I can rest now. This is amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of food, snack of the day.
Snack of the, what is this? Papaya?
This is. You think it's a papaya?
Hell no. Let me guess, actually. Oh, this is a dragon fruit.
Yes.
My girlfriend's gonna be so proud of me. So proud of
This
me.
is my favorite dragon fruit. There's the ones with the like red flesh. I don't like those ones.
That's what I originally see these as,
Yeah.
but just the texture is
Yeah.
what kind of gave it away of dragon
Yeah.
fruit.
Yeah, so the yellow ones, I like them way more. It's just like sweeter, I feel
Should I
like.
take a big bite of this? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's just like, it's just refreshing.
It is. You know what I can closely relate this to? A pear.
Yeah.
Like a less sweet pear.
Yes. Yep. But it's just super just refreshing.
Yeah, that was refreshing.
Super refreshing. God, it's so good.
I'm gonna have another one.
Yeah, dig in. Yeah, I love it. They're so expensive. I went
Really?
to
I'll put it back, man.
I
Never
got, like, I got like 5 of them given from Central Market, so it's gonna be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $20 for 5 of them. It's absurd
For fruit.
for fruit. Yeah,
That makes me think of
it's
a
robbery.
discussion I had recently. If you could, as much as you like sweets or ice cream, whatever,
Yeah.
if someone came to you right now and was like, hey, I could restart your life, and you would have never tasted processed sugar in your life or candy or anything, and you'll never do it again. You'll stick like the best sweetness you'll get is from fruit. Would you take it?
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think why my memory is so bad is probably genetics, but also processed foods. I think I have I'm on my way to
Alzheimer's.
whatever the fuck it is, that shit. But they say that is like type 3 diabetes. So it's like from eating like
some sugar, dude.
like spike your insulin like crazy and fucking eating super processed sugars.
If you actually stop and read how much sugar is in stuff, it's stupid.
It's absurd.
It's stupid. I was at Walmart just yesterday, and I want to go get me a drink, because I got a little bag of Takis. I indulged a little bit yesterday. I got some Takis, but I was like, let me get me a healthy drink. At least I thought was healthy. I went to some healthy drink that's healthy, right? I was like, let me just check the sugar to make sure. 30 grams of sugar. I was like, in this? Jesus Christ. Grabbed another one. 40. I was like, in this? Dude, I went through all of them. They're all crazy amounts of sugar. The only thing I found that did not have a lot of sugar was a coconut water.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the coconut water, and I was like, bro, that's ridiculous. How many times have I drank these drinks throughout my life and not
Just
looked?
not thinking about
Thinking
it.
that it's like, there's no way it can be that much sugar in it. And you check, and it's actually a lot, dude. It's crazy.
My thing is at least that it's given I mainly just drink water. I don't really drink too many other things. But when I do drink something else, I don't want a bunch of added sugar. Like if it's natural sugar, then it's one thing. Like
it's
if it's
fine.
a fucking orange juice, obviously it's gonna be high in sugar. But if it's added sugar,
That's what the discussion was about, was like, what's the difference between just sugar in a fruit and processed sugar? Like, it's the same thing. It's like they're
completely different.
Like, it's different because it's the ratio.
it's
like,
the ratio, and your body knows how to fucking deal with natural sugars of an orange, for example, as compared to processed sugars from a fucking factory. You put that in your body's probably gonna not take that as smoothly or as easily as it does with the sugars from the orange or whatever fruit.
And even there's a lot of sugars in food too that is natural sugar. It's like they take sugar from a sugar cane, make a bunch of sugar, and it's added to foods.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, well, it's natural sugar being added to food. How is it still bad for me? I mean, you can go as if you want to get religious about it, you can be like, God made everything fucking perfect, right? He put 2 grams of sugar in that fruit right there, and 2 grams of this and 4 grams of this, so it all balances out, right?
Yeah.
But because it's supposed to be easier for your body to digest and use sugar when it's like other ingredients mixed with it rather than just straight sugar.
Yeah.
Because if it's like a certain amount of sugar in a food without like other specific ingredients, then you get an insane dopamine high and rush from the sugar.
Insulin spike.
Insulin spike.
Yeah.
And you get an insulin spike because there's not a ratio of amount of, you know what I mean, the sugar compared to the other ingredients.
Yeah.
So when sugar's added in an unnatural amount, that's when it starts to get bad. Like,
yeah. The only thing that won't spike your insulin like crazy is red meat.
Really?
Yep. And so like spiking your insulin is like the
You still eat red
whole
meat? You still eat red meat?
We don't eat as much beef, but we eat we eat bison and venison a lot more. So I guess still red meat, but different.
Because I still see so many articles of red meat being still so good for you.
It's definitely good for you. Like it's like you can't fucking listen to what the government says. Like they say the like red meat is going to give you a fucking heart attack, and if you eat fucking eggs,
I told you why that
you
is.
eat
Right?
eggs, it's going to give you high cholesterol. That's retarded.
Yeah.
If it's from nature, it's not going to fucking do you that much harm. Obviously, too much of anything, it will be bad for you, right? But within moderation, everything is good. Like, and have you ever heard of anyone getting diabetes from eating too much fruit? No. Have you heard diabetes?
There's being a comment, be like,
getting, actually,
I'm in the hospital right now. Eating too much watermelon. Shit.
Have you heard of anyone getting diabetes from eating a bunch of candy and processed foods? Yes.
Yes. I have a question for you. This is a good topic. What way is like the most perfect, healthiest, natural way to live life? The way we live now, modern day. What words were we throwing around in this discussion? Like a homestead where you stay in place and make your own food. You hunt your own food. You farm. Or there's another term. I was having a discussion with my girlfriend, but someone that like follows the food around. They don't live in any specific area. They like follow a herd or whatever. They follow the seasons.
Okay.
I answered with homestead, of like you find an area, because I just thought of this of when you said too much of anything is harmful, right? So it's like, well, if you eat too much red meat, isn't that bad for you? It's like, whoa, hold on. One, red meat raises your cholesterol, not because of the meat, because of the meat glue in it. I live by that. Meat, there's chemicals there's a powder they put in meat called meat glue. You can look it up. That they did a test on meat glue, and the meat glue itself, the powder they put, raises cholesterol. So when you eat fucking red meat and you're eating meat glue, it's the meat glue that raises your cholesterol, not the meat, for one. Two, if you hunt your food naturally, right? You live in a homestead, you live off the land, you have your own farm, and you're hunting your meat. It's not going to be like a fucking grocery store where you just walk out your cabin, there's deer everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to walk for it. You're sweating. You're working for it. You're carrying supplies. Then you finally
carry the deer back.
Exactly. You carry the deer back. By then, you're probably depleted of so much nutrients that you then get from the deer. And then by the time your body starts to use that nutrients, it's time to go find another one.
Again.
So it's like if you live naturally, like the way we did back in the day, you can never naturally get too much of anything.
For sure.
You know?
I agree, but there like I think more like especially for training jiu-jitsu and stuff, there is like it is more optimal to have things at your disposal, like be able to buy whatever the fuck. But
I meant just in general, like life, like just living.
Just living, dog, in the 80s. You go back to the 80s and you have a homestead, like you said, in the 80s, you're good to go. That's all you need.
Yeah, good to go. Yep. You hunt your own meat.
Yep. There's no iPhone, so all you have is a little you have a brick for a phone. If anything's actually important, you give someone a call. There's no fucking screen.
Dude, that would be so nice.
And then I was on the verge of buying a fucking...
We should both do it. Just start a trend.
A little dinosaur phone.
Just buy a little fucking flip.
Yeah. dude.
You know
like,
how
real
badass
flip
that
phone.
would be, man. Someone
That'd be
calls
sick.
you. Let's say you're at a business deal, right? Let's say you're sitting down level black, you're talking business, and you're trying to come down to a deal that y'all both agree on, and you get a phone call and they see you whip out a flip phone and just answer. I guarantee you, they're like, deal, like whatever you wanted. This is it right here. Like this dude doesn't fuck around,
dude. I mean, I think it's definitely a good idea because like iPhones nowadays are just like it's built for you to consume, right? Like the moment you open up your phone, you see all these app icons just screaming at you. Click on me. Click on me. Click on me. Click
everything.
On me. So it's like, I don't know. And social media nowadays is built for you just to keep scrolling and waste your time on there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely not good, right? But like I've mentioned this before, it's hard to disconnect it.
It's so hard
when it's kind of our job. Like it's my job to fucking advertise myself and like
So you get that's what I do. So you get on there to like check comments or maybe make a post, whatever, and then like now that I'm already on here, you just start scrolling.
It's too easy. It's too easy. I had that app for a while. It was good, but it was like a trial thing. It was just like a trial for a month.
Yeah.
But overall, my screen time has still gone down. It's about 4 hours. Before it was like when I was using it, it was like 1 to 2 hours a day. It was good. It's good screen time. But you know what's even better screen time? A fucking flip phone.
A flip phone.
A flip phone. There's
that's
zero
talk
screen
time, dude.
Yeah.
It's talk time. You actually talk to people.
Yeah. You just
every
talk.
time you want to text your dad or your mom, hey, can you help my taxes? You can't do that. You gotta call them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You gotta be like, hey, mom.
Exactly.
Hey,
that's it.
God, I wish I could
times.
force myself to do that.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough to do with where we're at though.
I wanted to say a quick quote, and I wanted you to.
I got a quote as well.
You got a quote as well? Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, do you have yours written down?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say if not, you can say yours first. But what do you think of this quote here? You probably heard it before. It says, "You could be the master of your fate."
No fucking way.
It's the same quote.
It's the same quote.
Yeah. We just tried to show each other the same quote. That's it. No, we're on social media too much.
You could be the master of your fate. You could be the master of your soul, but you have to realize that life is coming from you, not at you.
That's a good ass quote. The last part's really good, right? It's like
that's the most important part.
You realize that life is coming from you, not at you.
But that circles back to things being perspective.
Yes.
It's how you look at these things. It's not how you, I guess it is how you feel, but it's how you take it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, it's so funny. I had the same quote. I was going to ask you, like, what do you thought about it? But it's like, it's like life is coming from you, not at you. So like life is whatever is what you make it. It's simply yes. It's not life makes you. It's like you make life.
Yes.
It's like what you make of life.
Yeah.
Whether you're the captain of your fate or the captain of your soul, life will always come from you, not at you. And I was like, damn, that's so true.
Yep.
Like you're making this life based off how you see it.
It's fucking good.
Yeah. And then
good.
I had another one real quick. I didn't write it down, but it has something to do with some of the movie. Oh yeah, movie recommendation. I finally watched that movie Kingdom of Heaven.
Oh, how was it?
It was good. It was a really good movie. And one of the lines, you know what's crazy about that movie too is, for some reason I always had this scene stuck in my head from when I was freaking 3 years old. Not that one. That one's stuck in my head now. But ever since I was like freaking 4 years old, I always had this scene stuck in my head. I don't know why. I don't know what movie. But every like few years, I'll think of this scene in a movie. I'm like, why am I thinking of this scene? Like, why do I remember this? I don't know why I remember it. And it turns out it was a scene from Kingdom of Heaven. Mm-hmm. And I guess my dad had watched a movie a long time ago or something. And I just remembered that scene. Wow. I don't know why. But I watched, I was like, wait, this is that fucking scene I've been having in my head for years. Like, oh, like, it's this movie? But there was a quote in the beginning. This guy, he's just an old rugged blacksmith, right? He's an old rugged blacksmith. Just ding, ding. And this guy comes to him and he's like, hey, I'm your father. You can choose to come with me or you can choose to stay here. Up to you. Bye. And as the camera zooms away, there's a quote that he had carved into right above his blacksmith, and it said, actually, I sent it to you. It's going to be hard to find, but it had something to do with what is a man if he does not make the world a better place? Like, what is a man if he does not make a world a better place? Basically, you're not a man unless you're making the world a better place. And he had that carved above his blacksmith, and I was like, I like that shit. I like that.
So how are we making the world a better place?
We're not.
Exactly.
See, it's funny you say that because you can do it in the most subtle ways. Obviously, you can be someone. On a good example, honestly, is someone like Tim Kennedy. I look up to America. as far as a way to help people. I actually reached out to him not too long ago, asking him advice for places I could help, like community service. And he gave me some recommendations. Haven't jumped on it, but I really should.
Yeah.
Just to help people, you know. But today I was driving home from practice, and this girl goes across these cones to take a U-turn exit, and then whips across the cones. She's like stuck in the cones, trying to get back into the lane, and no one's letting her in. And I could be mad and be like, "Oh, you dumbass! Like, why'd you blah blah blah?" But I was only the one that stopped, and I let her come through. And I just put my hand up, like, you know, go ahead. Yeah, literally, I was just like, go ahead. And I only did that because I was like, something that small could just be me making the world a better place. Yeah. Right. Like I made her day a little bit easier. Yeah. You know, but obviously, big examples of what I would like to do personally is like helping people like disabled veterans or something. Or then once you become a parent, if you're constantly helping your kids, you're making a world a better place. Yeah. But, you know, if you're not being a dingleberry and a degenerate, then that's better than nothing. Yeah. You know. So but I really like that quote.
I mean,
how do you feel about that?
I like it. I mean, I think like you said, you don't have to be a fucking superhero. No. But you know, you don't have to go out of your way, but it can be things like you said, fucking letting someone into your lane. Or
come in my lane.
Just being a good person.
Yeah.
Just not being a fucking.
Oh yeah, I went through a Starbucks line this morning, which I've been really, really good at actually of not doing that. Haven't gotten Starbucks. I used to get Starbucks almost every morning. Haven't had it in weeks. But I was running late to practice this morning. And I got stuck in a freaking car crash on the way to practice. But I ran by Starbucks. I woke up a little late. And I was like, can I have a sausage, cheddar, and cheese sandwich? And he's like, we're out of that. And I was like, okay. Can I have a bacon and cheddar? He's like, we're out of that. And I was like, okay. Calm down. You know, I was like, it's just a fucking sandwich, Dano. I was like, calm down, dude. And I was like, what do y'all? Yeah, I was like, like, so what do y'all have? And he's like, chicken, blah, blah. I was like, you know, I'll take that, man. I was like, I'll take whatever's easier for you to make, dog, you know, whatever. I went and got the sandwich, and you know, as I was leaving the drive-thru, I was like, you know, I could be that guy, be like, what do you mean you're out? Or just get upset for no reason. It's not his fault.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Do anything,
yeah, cry about
I never understood that shit.
Yeah.
I never understood. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And so those are just little ways you can make the world better. Yeah. It's by not making it shitty. Yeah. You know, it's like, it's not that hard.
Not being a fucking dickhead.
Not being a dickhead. Yeah. Just dude, it's everyone you come across, it's their first time living life. Yeah. Just like you. Yep. So, you know.
It's credits and debits.
Credits and debits. Yep. Exactly.
Yep. If you're not being a good person, you're probably being a dickhead.
Yeah. Yep.
I rode a horsey for the first time.
Oh God! How did I forget that?
I know. I only remembered because you were talking about the movie.
And I rode off on a horse. Yeah. You like that?
Speaking of that,
your first time riding a horse. How was it?
First time. His name was Raven. He was a sick little bastard. As in little, I mean massive.
Really, it was a big horse.
Yeah. So I was with the woman. She invited me, and she is also riding her own horse. It's not her own horse, but she's got her own horse. And we're standing by the horses, and I like, you pet it, whatever. It's fucking.
I wish I was there to see your
big motherfucker, big horse, and I'm just holding it by like the leash by its head, and it takes its head, and I'm standing right next to it. Takes its head and puts it on my chest, and then just starts going like this.
Really? And
rubbing its head all over me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I lean into it. So I'm like, oh, he's like scratching himself, or he's like, maybe he likes me. And I'm like, what's going on here? And the lady's like, no, you got to stop that. He's making you its bitch.
What? You look down, it's just rock hard. Just massive. You're just like, oh, God, man, I should back up.
That thing, I mean, they're massive. It's fucking.
Yeah, they're huge.
I was looking at the head, and I was like, if this guy's head, like, if he just wanted to just. My nose would be gone.
Have you seen that video of that girl? She's like petting the horse, and it comes up real quick, and you hear like, and just knocks her out cold. Just slings her flying. She goes flying, dude.
Jesus Christ!
Just from like its head coming up.
Yeah, I mean they're fucking
dangerous,
massive,
dude.
Like, the head was longer from my tips of my fingers to my elbow. It was bigger than that.
Yeah,
the head,
and like you see it's. No homo, no Diddy.
Massive cock.
Dude.
Massive cock.
But like you look at their ass, dude.
Oh,
it's just muscle.
Muscle, yeah.
Like it's just so much power in that kick. You're just like, God, if that thing kicks me, that's gonna hurt.
Yep. I mean, you have to like maneuver yourself around them. Like obviously, at the place that I was at, like all the horses, it's kind of where you, I don't know, people take lessons there and stuff. So the horses are super chill. But still, you don't walk behind a horse, when you do, you walk fucking like another horse length behind the horse that's in front of you. Just, stay safe. There's obviously safety precautions and whatnot, but I'm basically a professional horse rider. If you guys want lessons, hit me up. No, it was really cool. It was cool.
Do you feel like you're playing Minecraft at all?
I realized it was a bit, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't planning. I woke up to the text and I was like, I'm not doing
this
anything.
Is the day.
I guess I'll go.
This is the day.
But yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Pulled up, got on. I mean, the horse was super chill. It's just
did you have to use a stool to get on, or did you jump on it?
I jumped on that bitch. Yeah.
Cowboy.
You would need a stool.
All right. Listen, the last time I rode a horse, I used a stool. It's not because I couldn't jump up on the guy, but it was by rule, by protocol that I had to use the stool. And the horse I got on, his name was Bruce. He's a big old black horse, dude. So he was big.
Yeah.
And so maybe I did need a stool. That thing was big. I was like, she's like, here, you can get on Bruce. I'm like, Bruce.
Bruce.
I'll take little Susie over there.
Bruce comes around the corner. I'm like, I don't want Bruce.
He comes around the corner like he was riding me. I was just like, shit.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I'm assuming you had a saddle, right?
Yeah, I had a saddle. The woman did not have a saddle. She didn't
bareback?
Bareback.
Jeez.
She was fine. Yeah. She was just like just give me a lesson in like a pin. So I just like went in circles.
Were you able to like gallop at all?
Yeah, I learned how to like, I guess, walk, stop, jog. And then there's like walking, jogging, something else, and then running. So next time I go, I'm going to learn like the next step of.
That'd be so sick.
After jogging, yeah.
Like wind through your hair, just going through.
There's a lot of like little things to be mindful of, like how you like control its face, kind of, because you have like the ropes, so you like pull the face a certain way. You have to like kind of retract your heels to your butt to keep it like keep your heels close to like its body. Because I mean, when I did it, I felt more comfortable just because I felt more attached to the horse, obviously. And then obviously, not obviously, but you have to have like the heat or the like ball of your foot on the tips of where like the saddle, where you put your feet in on the saddle thing. There's a lot of little things.
So y'all didn't go over terms. Y'all went over
turns.
Like what to call things. Because you're like, put the foot in this thingy and I grab this thing.
I'm never gonna learn any of that. I know to stop it, you gotta like. So your feet are like this. To stop it, you gotta like shoot your feet out and be like, whoa.
You have to say that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Not like they say not to say like, well, the woman said just say whoa, but I was like, whoa. Why would I not?
That's good technique right there.
But yeah, that's to stop.
How did you get it to go? Just
To go, you had to like retract your heels, like kind of kick them in the belly a bit. Yeah. And then if they're not listening, I did not have spurs on because I'm not a professional yet. But next time I go, I'll have spurs. But yeah, kick them in the belly. For them to go. If they don't go, you gotta kick them harder.
kick them hard. Yeah.
And if they don't listen, they're like, no, you have to like correct it.
Wow.
You have to be aggressive.
Damn.
Because if not, it's just like
They're always stubborn. Just won't listen to you.
I mean, Raven was at times. Yeah, he was a bit stubborn, but
Did you get nervous when you like do something and it wouldn't do it?
no, I mean, no, because he'll just stand there, just like, I'm gonna eat the grass right now. I'm not listening to you. But you gotta like, no, you're not eating the grass, motherfucker. We're walking right now.
He's like, no, get down and eat the grass with me.
It's like a big dog.
Yeah.
That can kill you.
Yeah.
But like dogs can also kill you, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's just a big dog. What else? Yeah, horses. I guess that's pretty much been everything. Competitions coming up. I have a busy few months.
Yeah.
You as well.
I got busy.
You have a competition. Yeah.
Got a competition in June. I fly to Florida Keys in like 2-3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Then I have a competition at the end of June.
Okay.
Then a competition again in August. So and then seminar Hawaii.
Yep.
So a lot of flying coming up in the next 2 months.
Yeah, I've been to quite a few places this year, and we're not slowing down.
We're not slowing down, baby.
I've just got back from Canada like last week. Next week I'll be in Vegas on Fight Pass. After Fight Pass, I have a match that I cannot announce yet, but that will be in June. So I have Fight Pass. Next month I have another fight in June. And then right after that, we'll be in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I have ADCC. And then after that, I'll be in Utah.
Awesome.
So fucking busy.
Getting busy living.
Yep. Keeping busy. Trying to make money. Trying to stay alive. Trying to be able to afford Oculus Quest 2 to play with my best friend.
Yes. Guys, my DVD comes out. Buy it.
Yes.
If I can get a certain amount of money, I'm buying a VR for my Pookie to make his year.
That would be a dream come true.
Every day he's on his knees, just like, I pray to Jesus. My Pookie Bear gets a VR.
Dude, the games are so much fun. I stopped playing for a while. I got back on. I have over 24 hours played on Into the Radius, which is the survival game, and I haven't beaten it. 24 hours.
Really?
Haven't beaten it. I have a lot of guns, though.
A lot of wandering.
I'm ready for the end game. Yeah, I guess we'll finish her up after that.
Yeah.
We went over the snack. We went over a lot of shit today.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good one.
Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning into the Doghouse podcast. Make sure you guys support the sponsors that support the fucking podcast. Petwear Co., Juce Organics, Caulibuds. Actually, Caulibuds sent us some stuff, so I guess next podcast we'll go over, as well as the other.
Oh, I forgot.
Yes.
I forgot it.
Okay. Next podcast, you guys have to tune in. Some good stuff.
I forgot something big.
We got presents. All right. Thank you guys for tuning into the Doghouse. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.